welcome. So we have a upper body routine today. Some of the stuff is going to be done standing. Let's give my camera a quick wipe. I'm sorry. Some of the stuff is going to be done standing. Some of the stuff is going to be done on the mat. You don't need any equipment whatsoever, but please do feel free to adjust the moves as you need to. So I always say it's aimed at beginners, upper body. But if you do need to modify, just keep checking with yourself, seeing how the movement's feeling for you, and yeah, adjust as you see you need. Anyway, that's enough rambling from me. I'm just getting myself into the zone. Let's take the hands, interlace the fingers, holding on to the back of the head. So we want to make sure that the shoulders are away from the ears here, and that you're standing up nice and tall. So I'm just going to move this camera back a little bit. That's it. Now you stand up nice and tall, shoulders away from the ears. Now reach long out of your pelvis. I'm trying to lengthen up towards the ceiling, but my two last set of rib bones here, I'm going to try and just draw them towards the back of my body. So I'm lifting, but I'm not flaring, right? So lifting nice and long. And then from here, you're going to tilt over to your left. This is my left, pushing your right foot into the floor. And you're going to connect to the right side of your body to come back up through center. And then you're going to tilt over to your right, pushing the left foot into the floor. And then coming back up through center. Tilting over to your left once more. This time just making sure that we've got the chest facing forward. And then back up through center. Tilting over to your right, left foot pushing into the floor, chest facing forward. And coming back up. Same move. We tilt over to our left. Hold here. Right elbow folds in 4 times. So folding in 4. And then open the elbows up wide. 3. Open up. I'm still in this tilted position. 2. Reaching the right elbow up towards the ceiling. I think we've got one more here. I think. And then coming back into center. Reaching up out of the waist. Rib cage drawing back. Tilting over to your right. Reach the head long way from the pelvis and then fold the left elbow in 4 times. 3, 2, last one, coming up through center. Brilliant. Let's bring ourselves into a roll down. So stand up nice and tall. I'm going to come side on for this one. Stand up nice and tall. Inhale here. As you exhale, tip your chin towards your chest and then roll the spine down and forward. And then restack the spine, come all the way back up. Nice. And again, rolling the spine down and forward. Arms, head and chest relaxed. Top of the head looking down towards the floor. And then restacking the spine all the way back up. We're going to bring ourselves onto our mats into a 4-point kneel. Ideally, I would have transitioned that, but because I've got to move the camera back and then have the camera look down towards the floor, I'm going to bring it a bit closer to me here. Nice. So coming into a 4-point kneel. That's it. So we want to make sure here, this is our upper body focus, yeah? So we want to make sure when we're in our 4-point kneel that we're not allowing ourselves just to sort of sink down towards the floor. We're trying to draw the body up towards the ceiling. Think about the back of the head, also trying to draw up towards the ceiling. Push the hands into the floor. I've got my elbows or the insides of my elbows trying to point to each corner of the room. So that's our good position for our 4-point kneel. Nice. And just feel there that you have your base of support through your hands, shoulders down away from your ears. Now from here, you can choose which side you're going to go for first, but I'm going to go with my left hand and reach the arm forward. Now, what you might notice now is that maybe one hip is hiked. So just try and keep the hips nice and stable. And I'm going to bring my left hand all the way down, pushing into the floor. Don't let the back of the head drop down. And then the right arm lifts forward. And then back down. We're going to go one more time each side and we're going to go into the next move. So left arm reaches forward. I'm trying not to shift my hips. I'm trying to keep my rib cage drawing up towards the back of my top. And then right arm reaches forward. Okay, shoulders away from ears. So the tips of my shoulder blades are just gently drawing down the back of my body. Left arm reaches forward. We keep the left arm forward. Now, before we start moving, push the chest away from the floor. Back of the head is lifting. Shoulders away from ears. This left hand is going to go out to side into a T position. And then reach forward. I'm surprised I didn't touch my wall there. I've got it right today. And arm into T position. And forward, that's 2. Are we leaning too far to the right? Don't let those hips twist. And forward, last time here, going 3. I think that was 4, I think. And forward, let's place the hands down, push the chest away from the floor. If you didn't know, it was supposed to be 4 repetitions. Okay, left hand stays onto the floor, chest pushing away from the floor, right arm reaches forward, hips are nice and even as we can. Right arm comes out to the side, shoulders drawn away from the ears here, and shoulders still drawn away from the ear even when we reach forward. This is 2. I'm going to count properly. I can do this. Here's 3. Okay. And here's 4. How's this feel? Forward again. Arm comes down, shoulders. Let's readjust. Has that head dropped? If so, we can just readjust here. That's fine. Rib cage drawing up. Back onto this left arm, reaches forward, shoulders away from the ears. We're going to go 8 tiny circles inwards. So we go 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Reverse your circle, other direction. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Try and stay with me. Take the arm, that left arm out to the side. Shoulders away from ears. I'm circling on this side 8 times. So 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. I know that chest is not sinking to the floor. And then we're going to circle the other way. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. With control, bringing that left hand down, readjusting. Can we push our chest away from the floor if it's sunk down? Checking in with the back of the head. Same on the right side. So arm reaches forward, shoulder away from the ears. 8 circles inwards. 8, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Reversing. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Arm out to the side, shoulders away from the ears, circling inwards 8 times. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Reversing for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Well done. Placing the hands onto the floor. Push back into your rest position. So hips towards heels, reaching the arms long. Take a few deep breaths there whilst I quickly check my notes. Okay, we're good. We're coming back into our 4-point nil. This is just a transition, so you can just decide to sit onto your bottoms here, or you can come with me. We're going to tuck the toes under. Think about the back of your waist, so just the area behind your belly button. You're going to lift that area up towards the ceiling into what we call an up stretch. Very similar to downward dog and probably comes from downward dog, but we need to really think about lifting up through your navel. And then you're going to walk your feet towards your hands. Roll yourself up to standing. I'm sorry you can't see me, YouTube. Walking forward, and that's how we're going to sit down. We bring ourselves to seated. Nice. So we are up nice and tall here. I am definitely out of breath because I'm trying to do it all. I'm talking and I'm teaching. So we've got the arms out in front of us. Spine is nice and long. Actually, I'm going to go legs wide today. If you need to bend your knees, please do. What's most important is that you have the spine long. Shoulders. Imagine you're trying to push from underneath your armpits to bring the shoulders down. And then from here, you're going to look with your face and your eyes at your right hand, and you're going to reach that right arm back. Look back. And then forward. Left arm reaches back. And then forward. So I'm twisting to my right and I'm looking back at the arm at the same time. And then bring the arm forward. Left arm. Keep going. Thinking about as I reach the right arm back, I'm reaching the left arm forward. I'm reaching the left arm back. I'm reaching the right arm forward. One more time each side. Last one here. Arms reaching out in front. You're going to bring your elbows in towards your sides. So you can either have your palms like this, or you can close the fists like this. I'm going to go palms here. So from here, you're going to reach the arms out in front of you. Again, keeping the armpits pressing down towards the floor. You're going to reach the arms up towards the ceiling. You're going to bend from your elbows to bring your arms into this sort of goalpost position. You're going to reach the arms down and you're going to fold the elbows back in and reaching forward and up. Elbows bend, back in, palms down. And again, reaching up, coming down, palms down. Last one here. Reach. Nice. And I would reverse this, but I can't today. So from here, we're going to bring the arm out into a T position. We're going to reach the arms out to the side. We're going to lift the arms up to the ceiling and then back down into your T position. Up and down into your T. Reach, space between the hands. Up and down. 2 more. Reach. Reaching up and all the way down. Relax off the shoulders. Give yourself a little shake here. Give yourself a little shake. Come up nice and tall. We're going to go into what's called a back support now. So back support, you can do the legs long. We're going to bring the legs together. I'm going to give you all the different options with the legs today. So one option, or 2 options with the hands. Option number 1, the fingertips are facing towards your bottom and you've got your hands out behind you, your arms out behind you. Option number 2, your arms come out to the side. And again, you've got the arms out behind you. Whichever one makes you feel like you have the best base of support underneath the palms of your hands. Options with the legs, you can either go long legs, which can be quite challenging. You can bend one knee. We're going to lift our hips up towards the ceiling. Or you can have both knees bent. So we're going to do 8. So if you go for one leg, then you'll do 4 each side. But we're going to go for 8. I'm going to go for the long leg version. What's important here is that we keep the shoulders away from the ears and we keep the center of the chest lifted throughout the whole move. I would make sure that you have good support underneath your feet as well. So slippery socks on the floor. This isn't the move for that. Shoulders back and down. Exhale, lifting the hips. As you bring the hips down, keep the chest proud. Actually, I'm going to shift my arms back a bit more. And then lifting up 2. As you bring the hips down, you keep the shoulders away from the ears. Here's 3. So the option to keep both feet onto the floor as well. Here's 4. If you're doing one leg, you're going to switch over to the other leg now. 5. When I bring my tailbone down, I'm almost trying to pull it out right behind me. I believe this is 6. Oh, that was my feet, I can assure you. That was my feet on the mat. This is 7. Keeping the shoulders away from the ears. And then last one here, lifting. Imagine I'm pushing up from underneath your hips. And then you bring the hips all the way back and down. So taking the hands forward. From here, we're going to rotate through the wrists. Rotate other direction as well. Nearly there. Nearly there. Coming back into our seated position. We're going to go back into that spine twist again. Shoulders away from the ears. So pushing the armpits down towards the floor. Spine is nice and tall. Make sure the rib cage isn't trying to push forward. Draw the rib cage back. We keep the legs nice and still. In fact, this one we're going to go legs together on this one. Keeping the legs nice and still. So I reach my right arm out behind me and then forward. Left arm reaches and then forward. So what we want to feel here is that we're twisting from the belly button up. You don't feel the knees shifting past each other. The legs are nice and stable. One more each side. Last one here to the right. And forward. Last one here to the left. And then forward. Well done. Let's bring ourselves onto our tummies. So you can just switch and turn over that way. I want my head to be that side of the mat. So I'm going to have to do a terrible transition, to be quite honest with you. And then bring yourselves down onto your mat. So you don't really need to see my legs. I want to really, this is upper body focus. So looking at where my elbows are, we've got our elbows nice and wide. And put one fist, so one fist into the other palm. hands onto the floor. And then make sure, so if you're anything like me where your lower back is quite flexible, try not to really dip into that lower back so you've got that massive dip there. We're not looking for that. We're looking for long and low. So one fist into a palm, elbows wide, keeping the rib cage onto the floor. And then you've got this sense that you're trying to pull yourself forward. So imagine you're trying to pull yourself along your mat. So imagine you're trying to pull yourself along your mat, elbows wide, hand pushing into the other hand, bringing the legs together, kneecaps looking down towards the floor. You're going to reach the right leg long to the point where the thigh or the knee, let's say, floats off the floor. You're going to reach the left leg long to the point where the leg also lifts off the floor. Keeping the knees off the floor if you can. If this is too much, bring the knees back down again. You can take the right heel, kick it in towards your bottom, and then reach that right leg long. Left heel kicks in and back. Keep reaching. So imagine we're still trying to pull ourselves forward with our arms. That's the upper arm or the upper body focus. We're trying to draw ourselves forward by keeping the ribcage onto the floor, alternating. My knees are as close together as possible. On the left, let's do a double kick here. Speed it up a bit. So we go kick, kick, reach, kick, kick, reach. Knees are lifted if you can. Keeping the breath nice and smooth. Da, da. Left leg, reach. Right leg, reach. Left, reach. Make it fun. Last time each side. Last one on the left. And then bring ourselves all the way down with the legs. One more move here. One more move. We got this. In fact, we're going to switch the hands over. So whichever fist was in a palm, you're going to switch it other way. Elbows wide. Draw yourself forward. Shoulders away from the ears. Now, this way is going to feel strange because we all would have gone to our most comfortable hand position on the first one. So just stay with it. Again, shoulders back and down. Elbows wide. Pulling ourselves forward. Let's float the left leg off the floor. Float the right leg off the floor. I'm lifting from the front of my thighs, the front of my hips. And this time it's both heels coming in towards my bottom. So I lift both heels towards my bottom and then reach out long. One. Both heels come in. Reaching out. Best as I can, keeping my knees together. Ish. My knees aren't touching. I don't know why I said that, but the knees are close. And reach. We go double kick. So we go kick, kick, reach, kick, kick, reach. Still putting myself forward. Kick, kick, reach. Two more. Da, da. Reaching. Last one. Bam, bam. Reach. And then all the way down. Well done. Let's push back into our rest position. Hips towards heels. Arms reaching forward. Allow yourself to breathe nice and deep here. I'm trying not to talk too much into my mic. So nice deep inhale. Long exhale. And again, deep inhale. Long exhale. Last deep breath in. Exhaling all the way out. And then back into our 4-point kneel. We'll do a cat stretch together just to finish off. So we're into our long spine here. Tuck the tailbone under, round the spine up towards the ceiling. Head looking towards your hips. Reversing out. Keep the hips stable. Send the chest forward. And again, rounding the spine up towards the ceiling. Unraveling into long spine. Chest reaches forward. So for those of you who are joining me on TikTok, the full video is up on my YouTube. I'm live on YouTube right now as well. And for those of you on YouTube, thanks to everyone for joining. The video is available for replay as many times as you need to. Eventually, these live classes will be unlisted, but only once I've re-recorded the routines again. So I'll leave the live classes up on my YouTube account. And as over time, I'm going to be re-recording the live class sequences, so a bit more edited and a bit better transitions. And as I re-record, I'll unlist the live ones. But for now, it's all there for you to view at your own leisure. Thank you so much for joining. And I won't see you next week. or the week after. So what I'll do is I'll just upload some regular classes on those weeks, and then we'll be live again. I think that's in the second week of May. I'll let you know. Take care.